Hello everybody, hope you're well and welcome to this really special stream that we have for you today. We're actually going to be going live today as we approach New York Open. For the first of many streams this month here on YouTube, we're going to be bringing our live trading streams, which are normally exclusively just for the champion members. For the month of November, as we lead up to Black Friday, we have decided to open this up to everybody in the community. So there are a few main focal reasons of why. To boost the awareness, of course, you can pause and read through your screen here if you would like to read all the exact words, but just to briefly outline this, we basically want to bring this together so we can boost awareness, so you can see what goes on inside the Champions Group every single week, and the quality trading that goes on by Igor, Scott and Severin, as well as growing the community. So this is going to we would imagine be really beneficial. People are going to be able to see some amazing live trading, and thus we can grow the community and help as many people as possible. And just a reminder, this is just a one-off. It is only going to be lasting for the month of November, and then it will return all back exclusively just for the champions. So yeah, I hope that you're really looking forward to this one. It's going to be good. We obviously have a massive day in the markets and in the world when it comes to the US elections, and so we'll see how much volatility this does give today. And we will be doing that alongside myself, Scott and Severin today. So I hope that they are okay. And let's just do a quick sound check to make sure this is all good. So hello, Scott and Severin. Are you there? And is the sound working all good for you too?
Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing very well. I hope you can all hear me. Please give me a quick sound confirmation. And yeah, obviously for those that don't know me yet, I'm Coach Severin, one of the coaches here at Chart Champions. And Scott, myself, Igor, and also Daniel are hosting regular live trading streams over on our platform. So we just wanted to give you some insights how we are making decisions live in the time. So I think that can be very beneficial, as lately these live trading streams have been extremely good and profitable. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, let's see if we can catch some nice trades today.
Absolutely. Wanted to check in as well. Hello, if I don't already know you, my name is Scott. I am a longtime member of Chart Champions and the host of our weekly live trading sessions. So I see already some people in the chat who I recognize. Dirk, it's great to see you. Nathan, Endura, Spaz, Mupf, Coach Igor, even in the chat as well. He's a little busy today, but we sent him all the best, as well as Donald Pump. Okay, I like the name. And just wanted to say a big hello and looking forward to trading with you guys this month. I'm super excited every time I get to be here with Coach Daniel, Coach Igor, and Coach Severin. And so it's a real treat, I think, that you guys get to see a little peek behind the curtain of what we do over at Chart Champions. So before we speak too much, let's, without further ado, let's get into it.
Yes, perfect. Lovely to have you both here, and thank you ever so much. So yeah, all the sound is good. So we're going to jump over today and take a look through. Obviously, I'm just a crypto trader, but Scott and Severin love to also trade the NQ and the ES. So we'll be able to take a look at all of the markets today. I don't know if either of you are in a trade right now that you want to jump straight in and talk about, or got anything lined up that's like pretty close by.
I can give my thoughts on the markets. So let me share my screen, because I only have one trade that is currently running, and that is on crypto. I'm going to share that soon, but let me first go over the ES and NASDAQ. So we have NY opening in 25 minutes, so it's best to be prepared for the volatility that we are expecting. And just as a little bit of a summary of what I was looking at in today's stock market update, the ES and NASDAQ has been forming a nice range after seeing a bigger drop to the downside. If I'm not mistaken, it was on Friday. And ever since it's just ranging here, probably awaiting some bigger news with, obviously the US election coming up today. And what we have to keep in mind on both assets actually is that we have unfinished lows. So within our community, we have a strategy about unfinished highs and lows. I can't really go into too much detail about that. But two areas that are extremely important to the downside are 5,724 on ES, and for the NASDAQ, it's going to be 20,008. Preferably, I even want to see that 20,000 psychological level to be hit. All right, so those are the two important levels to the downside. And to the upside, we have some intraday resistance. So on the NASDAQ as well as on the ES, the previous day value area high looks interesting for a scalp trade. So we do have some interesting confluence with both previous day value area highs on ES and NASDAQ. So this is something I will be monitoring during this stream if we hit it, obviously. And besides that, so what I already explained in the stock market update, if these levels are claimed, I'm looking for a little bit more follow through to the upside, potentially taking out previous day high on ES and NASDAQ, which is then going to be my next level of interest just to be prepared for the day ahead. And what I was already mentioning was one trade that I have running on a link, that is. So I think you are able to see, yes, you can see my trading view here. So I am hosting weekly altcoin streams, and this was 2 weeks ago. I was looking at this setup right here. We had a beautiful weekly for a nice rise to the upside. And then I was looking for another trade if we see another drop. So this target has been hit, trade was closed, and then we hit my next level down here. So on link, we had the 4-hour SFP I was looking at, and ever since we already got a bounce of 4.6%. So this is one of the active trades that I have running on link at the moment. So that's that. No trades for me, or I'm not holding any trades on ES or NASDAQ at the moment. So yep. What about you, Scott? How is your outlook for the day?
Well, first things first, I'm here in the US, so I just went and did my civic duty and I voted in this election. And I hope you all in the US here will do the same. But for me, I'm really just looking at price as sort of a wait and see type of pattern. And truly, I'm in today with the neutral bias. I'm not leaning one way or the other. Although I will acknowledge that on the 4-hour time frame, even the daily time frame, ES and NQ are on a slight downtrend, especially after ES had made a pretty nice high, what I would consider, over the last week and into the month end of October. So now that we're into the new month of November, we have arguably one of the biggest macro events of the year. Now, it's not going to potentially take effect until next year, right, when the new president takes over in January, but that being said, it still will have impacts that reverberate throughout all the markets, through the bond markets, through the credit markets. And basically, this is what and people are predicting or trying to anticipate what whoever wins the election, whichever side ends up coming out victorious, would be leading to some of these predictions about, that they're going to increase inflation or certain macro effects are going to happen and push pull of the environment. But I'm choosing to overall remain neutral, not try to predict this market, not try to predict any elections. We'll leave that to the crystal ball, and we will just sit here and trade price action. So, Daniel, if you could show my screen on my should be a trading view.
Yes, that's now shared.
So as Severin was mentioning, on NQ and ES, we got this really nice drop last Thursday. It was on Halloween, actually. I remember it very well. I ended up trading on the wrong side of this market and fortunately got out before it crashed really hard. But over the last couple of days, it really has just been ranging here. It hasn't been able to take out the previous week's low. Even yesterday, we had a test of the previous week's low. We front run it by just a few ticks.
Scott, one
just
thing.
a few dollars.
I think it's sharing your screen of Attis, not of TradingView.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Let me see. Deck. Sorry about that, team. All right. There we go.
Cool. Yeah. Perfect. Cheers, man.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you for the heads up. So Like I was saying, I truly think price is in a wait and see type of pattern. We do have New York Open here in about 20 minutes, so we expect volatility to increase at that time. And also on the economic calendar today, we do have a ISM PMI coming 30 minutes after the open. So that is a high impact news event, and we will watch to see what happens there. But for me, essentially in this range, I want to see a breach of the low of the range, a reclaim, or a breach of the high of the range and a failed auction above. And that for me will be where I'll be looking for trades today. I don't really mind trading some of the chop in between, but I'm really looking for some bigger trades to potentially position into all week as we get the results of the presidential election. So that would be my breakdown, and I hope that made sense. I hope you all can see my screen. These are the trade setups that I'm looking at today, and these are the ones that I'll be looking at: previous day low on EQ and NQ, ES and NQ, excuse me, and PD high on ES and NQ as well. So that would be it for me. Daniel, what about yourself? Are you eyeing any trades, or are you in any trades at the moment?
Yeah, I was gonna thank you two for showing us through that, and I will show what I'm looking for on Bitcoin mainly. So,
Yeah, but
um,
sorry to
yes,
interrupt. I just did take one trade while Scott was talking, so I can show that real
nice,
quick, and then we can
yes.
head over to crypto. So, this is one new strategy that I released. I think it was last week. So we got my entry signal here. I was looking at a low time frame supply into demand flip. And yeah, I've taken a long trade here according to my strategy. I have taken take profit one as we are approaching some low time frame resistance, being the previous day EQ and also the daily open. But now I'm just holding this last contract, or actually I can trail my stop loss a little bit higher. So I'm going to trail my stop loss to up here, as this will lock another $150. If we see continuation to the upside, that's fine. I'm going to stay in my last contract. If not, I'm locking at least a few. But that was just something I wanted to say real quick before we look at crypto, because that was just 1 minute ago or 2 minutes ago I was taking this trade.
Nice trade. How much profit did you net in that few minutes?
So I locked 220 it was, and I'm still on 270 unrealized. So that's almost $500 in less than 5 minutes.
There you go. That's how you do it, guys. Epic.
Nice.
Great trade. So for me on Bitcoin, I am waiting now for two major levels for a short trade. My preferred level is that we hit $70,000. So I think at $70,000 we got some nice confluence around the top of this last high to low CC Fibonacci on the downtrend anchored VWAP, which has been perfectly respected so far, where I did take a short on this last touch of this anchored VWAP. And I'm looking to basically take another short at 70,000 anchored VWAP into the top of the CC. For me, that's where I would love to see price action go. If during New York, amazing, because that's always when that's when I like to see like highs put in on Bitcoin during the sessions. So that's in 15 minutes. I think it's going to be like an interesting day because obviously with the US elections, but then the results aren't going to be coming in, it sounds like, till tomorrow morning. So I'm not sure whether it will have, it'll be an interesting day whether we get the volatility or whether people are all just going to be on the edge of their seats waiting for the actual like official result. But nevertheless, if we could see a move up during New York today, 70,000 is where I'm looking for the short. And it would be amazing if we get this on stream, because for me, this is an informed trade, and what I mean by that is I'm really wanting to short 70,000, but if we simply go through the level and reclaim it, well, then of course there's not a short trade to be had, and I'm actually looking then towards all-time highs. So this is one where we can monitor the order flow together and just see exactly the thought process that goes into yes or no. That's the answer. Yes to take the short trade, or no, we get the reclaim. That will be, like, of course, absolutely key, because the reclaim, I do think that we'll go towards all-time highs. But if we get the rejection candle, then that's where I'm looking for my short. So on and around this downtrend anchor view, I currently sat at more or less, depending on the time frame actually, because on the 1 hour it's slightly lower. But here from the 4 hour chart, 70,129. So I would like to see a small breach of $70,000, reject the anchored view up, and that's where I'm looking to short. And if we get the reclaim towards all-time highs, and for the longs, Yeah, I'm not actually going to be taking any longs here, so more interested only in the short trade actually on Bitcoin. I noticed though on the NQ we're at like a major pivotal support, so that's yeah, nice long that you took there did you long the NQ, right, Severin?
Yes, that was
Yeah.
NQ. Yep.
Yeah, that's at such a massive support. So that's going to be so pivotal of how this breaks. It's forming like a little bit of a symmetrical triangle, right, on a lower term time frame. But how
Yes.
that breaks is going to be massive.
Yeah.
But
Severin,
yeah,
do you mind just giving a quick overview of what your entry strategy was on that trade?
Oh yeah, sure. So I was looking at this previous, if you can see my screen,
yes, they
but
can.
I was looking at this previous supply zone here on NASDAQ that we formed this morning. And I've just seen a nice retest. I was looking at the low time frame, and I do have a new entry strategy looking at three specific candles. So we have arrival candle, reversal candle, and entry candle. And this is something I did with this entry. I trailed my stop loss pretty aggressively because we are close to NY open, and that is when we typically get a little bit of a spike in volume and volatility. So that trade is already closed. But I was aiming to capitalize only on a little bit of this move to the upside, which I was expecting here. And in the end, I think it netted around 600 in, yeah, that was less than 10 minutes. So that is the power of trading futures, to be honest, because we get many of these trades. And yeah, now I am probably going to sit out until NY is open, because what I'm noticing is that the last 5 minutes before the open, there are some liquidity grabs to either side. I don't really want to be chopped around during this time, and I prefer to wait for the first minutes of NY to form to then make a new informed decision.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that overview. And what a nice little bit of a follow through that trade has gotten. Now,
Yes.
are you trailing stop loss here at this point, reducing risk in the overall trade as well?
Yeah, I already trailed my stop loss, so I'm now out of this trade, because what I can see on the lower time frames, if we check the 1 minute time frame, is that we are approaching the 1 minute 50 SMA. This is not necessarily a level I would trade based off, but this is a level that tends to get some low time frame reactions, and I use it for context and trade management. So that's what I did here, and then I got waked out of this trade for yeah, nice profit. So I'm very happy about that. What happens next, to be honest, I know that some people always struggle with, yeah, but if I held on to that trade, I could have made even more. To me, that doesn't really matter. I have not taken too many trades today because the markets actually have been extremely slow. And for me, for the first trades of the day, it's all about locking some profits, adding and stacking these profits to then be able to hold on to my trades a little bit longer and aim for those big risk to rewards.
Really, thank you.
Yeah, I think yeah,
Excellent.
everyone's waiting for the results. It seems.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then like you said, Daniel, it really is going to come in a little bit piecemeal throughout the day. Unless it's a landslide one way or the other, they'll know after a certain point. But typically how it works is up to a certain point, the votes are counted, and then they can get to a point where they're statistically probable that the winner is going to already be announced, and then they'll announce the winner at some point once it's statistically probable that the person who's there's no more votes left that to count for the other person. So we'll see. It should be probably towards the end of the day. But that being said, the market could be a little volatile today, just given a lot of different parties pushing and pulling, a lot of different interests, potentially moving money around, hedging, all sorts of activity. So. Or it could be nothing. It could be nothing, and that's just part of trading. Sometimes we come in here and it's a bang, it's show, and other times it's just a little bit slow. So we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
And besides that,
Oh, you
oh,
go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
You go.
Okay, and no, besides that, I was checking my Forex calendar, and I was seeing that we also have a few data releases today. Scott, do you have that lined up somewhere? Can you give an overview of the economic releases that we have today?
Yeah, absolutely. I see one that's 30 minutes after the open. That's the non-manufacturing ISM report. This is basically just data compiled from purchase and supply executives around the United States to basically gauge demand for goods. So how much goods are people ordering? How many goods are people selling in order to get an idea of overall demand in the market? So this is a very very, I think, will be a high impact news event. But that being said, it could potentially be overshadowed by some election news, and that's just going to be pending. Whatever happens with the election. Do you see any other reports on there that you think are worth mentioning as well, Seth?
No, this was actually the one I was having in my mind as well, because there's something with a big impact 30 minutes after the open, and that's always something to be aware of. Because what we tend to see sometimes is that with these data releases, markets are slow for the first 30 minutes, knowing that there's going to be a data release after a session closes, and then we get another spike in volume. So this is something to keep in mind as well. And for myself, always something I have to pay attention to in terms of trade management. I think today's not going to be the biggest one though, but for like, say we have Fed interest rate decisions or FOMC, I'm closing local trades to protect myself. But on this one, I don't think it's gonna lead to massive volatility, but it's something to be aware of. Always better to be prepared.
And we certainly don't want to anticipate the news, but we can react to it. We can, we don't even have to know what the news is. We'll just watch the price action and understand. Like Daniel says, show me the chart and I'll tell you the news. So,
Amen. Oh, Bitcoin with a little bit of a move to the upside, so that's good at least. Making its way towards $70,000. I guess that's moving up with the just looking for about another 1% rise, and then I'll be looking for this short on Bitcoin. Oh yeah, it's really going actually. Another few percent, another 0.2% there. So it's making its way up towards $70,000, which is nice. Going in the right direction.
yeah, maybe we'll get blessed this morning with a nice BTC trade. That would be amazing.
Lovely. Oh yeah.
I see some funny comments in the chart. Actually, someone's writing in Daniel's name for U.S. president. Love that. I would vote.
Don't think that's going to be legally possible.
No, but they said that there would be nonstop up only pumps all day. So, love it. It's great.
But that's nice to see this rise on Bitcoin, because that is also taking a Link with it. So Link is now up. So from our entry, it's up 6%, which is great. So coming into some low time frame resistance now.
Yeah, looking for I'd love to see another 0.8% rise. So close now. While we got a bit of time, I guess I'll give a quick overview of our World Series of Trading results from CC. So we're actually in the World Series of Trading overall, we were 34th, but then within the World Series of Trading this year, there were different categories depending on where the host is registered, and so we actually finished third in our country group, which was good. And so all of this is everybody that registered and had the reward eligibility. It's not a lot, but everybody got $60 for free for our results there, which was third place. So that was pretty nice. And just so you're aware, if you did trade in the World Series of Trading in Chart Champions team and you hit the eligibility requirement, which if I remember correctly was $50,000 of volume over the 2-week period, then you will have a little airdrop bonus inside of your rewards hub for $60. So yeah, well done everybody on the World Series of Trading. I think overall, we done as best as we did. As best as we, obviously with our group, we're not trading with times 100, times 50, times 100 leverage. So it's very hard to get the results required to be in first place, where you need literally, if you look at first place, they're on 6,000 to 10,000% gains, which is incredibly well done, but it's not really our style of trading with that high leverage. So the way we trade, very sensible, and for the long term, I think we've done amazing. I'm happy with our results, and I think everyone should be happy with their results too. When you look through the team, a lot of people, when you keep scrolling through the pages, it's just plus. So yeah, congratulations to everybody that participated. I saw some of the comments over in Money Shots today, and a really nice comment. And I'll give a quick shout out to Nix because he finished 5th in the team, and he was just feeling good because he was a struggling trader, used to be obviously a complete noob, but remembering that the long hours of grinding and the market really does reward you in the end. So yeah, great to see people making amazing results, challenging themselves obviously within the public competition and succeeding. So I saw a lot of really good positive comments from that. So yeah, shout out to everybody within the team. Well done. We'll be again next year, see if we can move up the rankings again. But overall, yeah, really positive results. Well done, everybody that participated. And yeah, with 3 minutes left to go, Bitcoin is still on the rise. So it's making its way up. This is really good. We are now only about, what's this, about $500 away from the entry. So this is going to be amazing. And yeah, looking forward to this entry. I'm going to be trading this on a new sub account that I've got set up for this. So this is the account I'm going to be looking to trade this on. Got about 20k in this, so I'm not going to be leverage trading, but yeah, this is the account I'm looking to trade this on. This is actually the World Series of Trading account, so it's not kind of new, but a newish account. Let's just say that. So yeah, Bitcoin is absolutely pumping right now, which is great. ES and NQ are a little bit slower behind, right? Bitcoin.
Yeah, but also still on the
They're
rise.
also pushing. Locally pushing.
No, this is really nice. Let's see what the order flows to. Oh, wow. Yes, actually, this is a lot of longs opening. So this is something that we love to see when we're looking at the order flow, when it's open interest increases. So we actually just saw in this previous 5-minute candle here. So over the past 5 minutes, we've just seen coming in nearly 20 million new longs. So they're celebrating the Chart Champions live trading stream, opening their massive long. Donald Pump, sorry, pumping, putting in some pumps here. But here we can actually see, yeah, almost 20 million new longs opening on this rise. So when I view this, I do have to say that initially is bullish. So it is bullish when you see new longs opening, high positive delta. You know, this is really good positive delta. Volume not the greatest, but nevertheless, it's bullish to see lots of longs opening. The only way this turns bearish is if we end up losing, well, now let's say before that 5-minute a candle comes in, so around 68,900. If we lose that, then, well, you end up with 20 million trap longs. Obviously, the preferred scenario here is that we make our way up to just above 70,000 and then start to break down. For me, this wouldn't be an entry trigger, rejecting here. So we want to see in the best world right now continuation, and this is good order flow as it stands. So we can be looking for that continuation to $70,000, where we want to then see a little bit of a market structure change. If we do lose 68,800, let's just say 68,800, that would give us strong confirmation that we're not going to be seeing $70,000, at least during, I would imagine, really for the initial balance at the least, because that would just be a lot of trap longs into 69,500. So best case scenario, and it is happening, and that is what I would expect right now. Continuation, really good bullish order flow, lots of new longs coming in, and again, while they're not trapped, this is definitely a bullish sign. So would not be shorting yet, and we can still see prices still making its way up here. So wow, yeah, what a massive amount of longs that we're getting right now opening. This is good.
Same thing on NQ. Lots of longs opening here on the open. I did take a quick long trade off of the New York Open, and I just closed it at the overnight high for 300. Just a quick chop. Wanted to get in, get out, and then secure some profits for the day. So 300 in the bag right now, and just going to let this price action develop a little bit here. But overall, opening bullish on the stocks as well.
That was a nice trade. What a pump that was on NASDAQ. So that is some decent amount of longs opening here. So we've hit one of my areas of interest, no reaction whatsoever. So I'm waiting for higher prices to come. No short trade yet. Yeah, and I can see So when I'm trading, I'm always monitoring Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia, and all of these stocks are pumping as well. So not the best idea to look for short trades, as we said.
Yeah, wow, that is a lovely, lovely New York Open, and yeah, what a move. That I think that NQ support it was at was just stacked. You had so much support where you were right there, so it's
Yeah.
lovely to see that bounce. Oh yeah, and then Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's still making its way up, not slowing down, which is what we wanted to see. We are now only $300 away, $350 away, so very very close to target. So this is perfect. This is really good. This is what we wanted. Oof, wow, and even more longs opening up, by the way. We just saw again another 5 million longs come in. So, yeah, we're reaching nearly 20. Oh, another. This is look at this. Another 2 million. This is now. We're over new, 25 million new longs as we reach 70,000. This is extremely bullish right now. We are just seeing massive amount of longs opening. And again, while they're not trapped, this is what I class as bullish order flow. So really, really, really positive. Massive delta, massive longs opening up. And we're getting ever so close now to the big $70,000 target. Just hit the low of the CC. So we have just hit the low of the CC. That not for me is my target. So I want to see higher, but just to be aware you are, this is where we've just reached our first, level of that CC resistance. So the order flow though is still absolutely bullish here. No reason to think that we're slowing down. This is this is amazing to
I
be honest.
agree. And for those that are following along with Coach Igor, he actually gave a really nice long setup this morning from his channel. I believe that one is in nice profits today. So you can see that we've got coaches on the long side and coaches on the short side. So we're not all just coming up with the same plans here. We've got independent plans, independent thoughts, and views on this market. So really kind of cool that both of you guys are covering every side of this market, winning on both sides. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I saw Igor even in his video today was confirming. So even for the people that aren't in the group, you would have, if you listen carefully, you heard Igor talking about his long. But so you can see it here as well from within the group view. Yeah, Igor absolutely smashing the low there. No surprise, what a trade! And he's bringing it. It looks like his target as well is around just above 70,000 as well for a nice take profit. Of course, looking for a bigger continuation, but. Yeah, this is the long trade Igor is in right now, which he shared to the members. Yeah, look at that. Literally highlighting the exact low of the move. So that was wonderful. Move down to 67 zone, invalidation below 65,400. That was the setup that he shared. And then that is how it played out, moving down to the exact entry. And now it's moving up to his big take profit. So, wow, what a trade. Igor's not here today, but he is making the profits nevertheless.
Legend.
Absolutely. Yeah, NQ continues to pump here past all
Yes.
resistance from the previous day value area high. So I think potentially the previous day high at 20,250, 248, that's in play. However, we do have a lot of room until we get there. So we'll keep an eye on this market to see if anything shifts in the meantime.
Yeah, and also if we look at previous day high, it doesn't look great. So it would be nice to actually finish the business up there because we have a series of unfinished highs at the previous day high. So we have this double top. So that's a great target for if we continue this pump. You can see Apple is also trying to reclaim the previous day high. So it's already done a retest of previous day high. So let's see. I am still careful on short trades, not interested for now.
I see. Yeah, this is a very bullish New York Open.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin just struggling down and around this low of the CC, which is our Fibonacci level. So just getting a slight pullback here. I'm still good personally. I'm going to still remain patient. We're so close to the high. It would be so nice to take out 70,000. Just need another 0.2%. So we're very close, but obviously we are coming into resistance. I mean, a slight wick forming from the low of the CC. All declines in open interest though, so it's not a big warning yet. Just some profit taking. So the longs, naturally are going to take some profits into resistance, right? And as we hit the lower the CC, just a little pullback from longs taking profits. So yeah, not bearish.
Daniel, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions come in from the chat?
Absolutely, yes. Go ahead.
One question, missed the name, but the question was wanted to ask, they missed your AMA stream this morning that you're doing, and they wanted to ask if you are using RSI or MACD. Is that something you look at, and why or why not?
Yeah, so no, I'm not using MACD or RSI. I actually used to use MACD and RSI like 8 to 10 years ago. Like I was using that a lot. But my strategy over the years has changed. And for me, I started to realize that if you are involved in the charts like day trading or anything lower, like MACD and RSI are lagging indicators where you're actually getting given signals that are for moves that have essentially already happened. So if you want to be ahead of the curve and get into the trades before, let's say like now you might be getting a MACD bullish crossover, but you've already missed all the move, right? So if you want to get involved ahead of the moves, right? So instead of buying the crossover and you're longing into resistance because that's when the bullish crossover happens, and you want to get involved longing the lows, well, you need to switch up your strategy from like lagging indicators such as MACD to like advanced indicators such as just reading order flow. So yeah, I'm not. No, I never ever look at RSI or MACD anymore. That for me is not from and just not the way I trade. And I think everybody here, right? None of us are using MACD crossovers or anything like that. I think they're more like noob tools, but I just simply don't use them anymore.
Oh, thank you. Just figured I'd ask while we had the question.
No, that was cool. We have this is a really well performing stream. This is like I think our best ever stream. We have 1,200 people in the YouTube right now, which is like very, very, very high. So hello everybody. If you're new here, welcome.
Welcome to those, and also welcome to our members. We also have our members in the chat who are being so kind and answering some questions for others. So really appreciate all of you who are here with us today.
Yeah, lovely.
Very nice. And did you just see the comment of Igor? So Igor's also watching just another day in the office. So that's funny. Well done. And NASDAQ, yes, still continuing this push to the upside. We are very close to previous day high now, so it's only 70 ticks away. And I can see NVIDIA has now taken the previous day high. And if you are trading NASDAQ, for example, you have to keep an eye on NVIDIA. Those two assets are in sync. It's crazy. So let's see if we can get that previous day high on NASDAQ as well.
It's looking more and more likely. I actually saw a potential long trade setup that was a retest of the previous day value area high on the New York VWAP. I missed out on it, but if anybody caught that trade, well done, because it looks like we're moving quickly towards that 250 level on NQ.
Wow, yeah, this is great pumps. This was an amazing stream.
You gotta love it. The trading gods approve.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Now we're through the CC, which is good. So this is why it's good to look at the order flow. Right, as we hit the bottom of that CC, you might have been wanting to short, but then when you see it was just open interest decreases, which is just profit taking, nothing bearish, actually even ending the candle with positive delta again. So just very, very, very bullish order flow this is. And this is why you watch the order flow to know not to early take short trades and trade with the trend. And this is how you know whether a trend is strong or not. Without looking at the order flow, just looking at this, you would have no idea. Do I short now? Do I not short now? You also did have a daily naked point of control at 69,500. Without looking at order flow, you might have shorted 69,500. Okay, you might have shorted the bottom of the CC, but you would have lost both of those trades And the only way you could have avoided shorting is by seeing that was very bullish order flow with all those massive longs opening, high positive delta. That's just something that says to you, well, this is strong. And that's not when you want to be shorting. You don't want to short big strength like this. And so the order flow is the one and only way that helps you to avoid taking shorts, for example, at that daily naked point of control. Because that is a level that we at Chart Champions like to see those levels. They are generally nice levels to trade, but when you combine it with the order flow, you go from saying, well, I might want to short there, to never a short trade, because the order flow was way too bullish through the levels. So yeah, just order flow really, really, really helpful in making these decisions. As everyone can see there, very nice. Still getting strength here. Got this. Oh, NQ with a bit of a wick now. Or NES.
Just stopped short of the previous day high on NQ. BTC still moving up. I have an alarm set over at 69,900, so I feel like that's probably going to get hit pretty soon.
Yes, we are now just 0.1% away, 0.15% away from 70k. So close on Bitcoin. So this is sometimes.
And I think this is where patience comes into play.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is something that we see sometimes when it gets to the big psychological number. And obviously, like myself and a lot of other people want to short at just above 70,000. And sometimes this is why you get front runs. And this is where I would miss the trade. I'll be honest with you. If it falls down from here, I would prefer to miss the trade than chase it. But a lot of people get very anxious and unable to remain patient, and they will start front running, thinking, well, I want to short above 70k, but it's not reaching. And, they will essentially enter their trades early. And of course, if enough people do that, and you have more sellers than buyers, then you do end in a front run and you get a big move to the downside. So there's always, you have to play on the way that you feel comfortable with. I'm more than comfortable again reading this order flow. I'm happy to wait for above 70k. But if you wonder why do front runs happen, that's the reason. It's simple as that. People get a bit on edge. They don't want to be patient. They start entering their shorts, and more people start feeling the same. And you get a front run of the level. But look at this. There we go. Oh, it's $10 away.
By the way, I have just taken one long scalp on NASDAQ based off the value area high retest. We can see my entry here at 203. We are still in this strong uptrend. We even managed to close above that NY VWAP. So let's see if I can take that into the previous day high. This is my plan for now, or be stopped at break even. So my trade is already protected because we moved. It was 63 ticks in my favor, and that is a move where I would protect myself just because, we are seeing some decent volatility actually, and it doesn't make sense to keep my stop loss down here after seeing this move in my favorite direction. So let's see what the stocks are doing. Apple is, with a little bit of a pullback. Microsoft continuing higher, and Nvidia retesting previous day value area high. So let me see. Should I manage this trade? We've taken the previous high, so I could trail my stop loss. But I think for now I'm just going to keep my stop loss where it is and see if we can break that low time frame. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Let's see if we can get some follow through here. We can definitely see there's a battle going on, right? So let's see.
Severin, I'm in the same trade as you, my friend. Same entry.
Nice.
Just have trailed my stop up to my break even to a break even point, and I'm looking for a price to take out the previous day high. Although I acknowledge
that would be great.
Some small resistance.
Yeah, but we can really see that there's a battle going on. So we see longs are stepping in. If we look at the 1 minute order flow, look at this, getting some nice follow through. But also people interested in short trades up here. So let's see where this ends. But that was a very beautiful trade. Looks like we are looking at the same thing. How can that be? I can see Nvidia pulling back. This is not too good for this trade. But let's just see.
here I might go just a little quiet because I'm thinking managing my trade. So wanting
Fair
to just
enough.
watch price action closely here. If we go quiet, that's why.
Bitcoin just into the top of the CC, so we literally are $10 away from 70,000. This is where it's, gets a little bit tricky. So high currently $69,990. So target of 70,000. We are all so close, but $10 away right now, and we're currently battling with the top of the CC. So that's what's holding price down as it stands. So still a little bit of patience for me. Starting to see some shorts opening for the first time though. So open interest increases with negative delta. So this is what we call people shorting with a front run simply. So what's happening now, if you don't know, is people are shorting, and that's confirmed in the order flow. So these are new shorts opening, and very likely what they're doing is opening shorts here at market. Well, that's a fact. They are opening their shorts at market, and they'll have their stop loss likely above 70,000 because they're trading. You have to imagine, right? If you are, this is where you go high leverage shorting, because people could, not that I would do this or recommend it, but people could short here times 100 leverage, have an invalidation above 70,000, and that's 0.05% risk. Like the invalidation is extremely small. That's not a trade I would take, but that's what some people are doing, as we can confirm with the order flow. New shorts opening, their stop losses or invalidations for liquidation will be above $70,000. I do want to see those liquidations hit. And there we go. We are breaching 70,000. So unlucky the ones that shorted early. So there we go. Breach of 70,000. Still getting continuation. So we are now seeing some, obviously those shorts early getting stopped out. We're coming very close now to the downtrend anchored VWAP. Anchored VWAP of the downtrend now hit. So what we're going to be looking at here is now to see some weakness. So this is where it's very, very, very important. Do we get weakness at this level, or are we just going to continue through it? So this is where we need to see, monitor. I will get ready for a short trade should we see some weakness. I'll enter a trade of like 10 grand. So what's this about? I'll do 0.1 Bitcoin, and I'll enter this so you understand the entry trigger. For me is if we come back below 70,000 here, and I'll just enter at market straight away. So the advantage here is if we just move up with continuation, well, then there's, of course, no short trade to be had. But if we come back down below 70K, we can understand the entry trigger here, right? It was remain patient throughout New York. Session start to come up to target, which has been hit. We hit the target and we end with a wick. As it stands, there has been no wick, there has been no rejection. So as it stands, there's no short trade to be had. We only get that activation with a loss of support here. Otherwise, yeah, we get continuation. And honestly, for me, the next target will be new all-time highs. So yeah, very key what goes on here. Again, for me, anyway, there's not a short trade yet. But I'm ready and waiting with a market order should we lose 70K. So let's wait and see.
And Scott, what a trade that was on NASDAQ.
It actually went perfectly to our target. It held support just ahead of our stop at break even, and we've just taken profits. At least I have at the previous day high. That's another 765 for me. So I'm up $1,065 in just about 20 minutes. So not bad.
That's really nice. No, that's really nice. And we can see NASDAQ just continuing with this push. So we are above previous day high thus far, still longs opening up here. And there's no short trade to be had yet. So I am on short watch, but for now there's no confirmation for a short trade because it's still too strong. And that was, so the daily value area high retest on NASDAQ was the absolute low of this move. For another, that was crazy 250 tick bounce. So only trading one contract, that is a move of $1,300.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's amazing. Great trades.
This market is giving us some beautiful bullish setups this morning. So you gotta take them when you got them, you know.
Yeah, and also this is actually a great example of when not to try and fade the move. Because if you remember what I was saying at the beginning of the stream was actually that I'm looking at two short trades. So one was previous day value area high on ES and NASDAQ. We have hit both levels. I haven't taken a short trade because I recognize strength. And also we are at previous day high. This is also a level that I was looking at the beginning of the stream, but thus far I haven't taken a short trade because what Daniel was just saying, the order flow is looking too strong to be taking short trades up here. So reading order flow is a massive advantage. So for me, I'm reading order flow for, I would say, almost every single entry that I'm taking.
Yeah, this on Bitcoin as well. Look at it now. We're now trading $70,300. So, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We had the short trade potential at 70K, but it doesn't give in. And this is why you got to trade the reaction. Because just imagine for the audience that you preset a limit order shorts and now you're underwater. And instead of having the advantage of being able to read the order flow, make an informed decision, you're just instantly losing your trade. You preset your limit order, well, you're losing. So you're going to be under massive pressure now. Are you going to close the short, which you should be doing because you're wrong on your idea at the moment, or are you going to hold it and hope that you lose 70,000? Well, you avoid that situation totally by just reading the order flow, having an alert set. You would have had your alert go off at 70,000, and before you know it, you're trading $70,300. So you just never get the short trade entry, and that's why, like all of us, we will always say you want to read the order flow and trade a reaction rather than place a limit order and hope for the best. Because yeah, with limit orders, you are essentially hoping. Whereas with trading the reaction, you're actually trading real data. So of course there's advantages. Well, there's advantages and disadvantages of both, right? But I think we all agree there's more advantages of trading a reaction. So now we're coming back for a little bit of a back test, but still 70,000 not lost yet. Oh, ES and NQ's still moving up strong though.
Starting to get a little bit of resistance here. ES is now into Monday's high. So as well as the previous week's value area low. So it's being retested as potential resistance. So let's see if we get acceptance into the previous week's value area, because that could lead to a much bigger rotation.
I agree. Now it's essential for me to look what the stocks are doing. So Apple's still looking strong. Nvidia trying to reclaim the point of control here. So also strong. Microsoft at the point of control towards the upper part of today's trading range. So no short trades for me yet. This next 5-minute close on NASDAQ is going to be very important. So it looks like it wants to, we see massive longs still coming in. Wow. But it looks like it's going to close above the previous day high. So not interested in a short here.
Here, we also do have just as quick. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just to confirm, I did take the short on Bitcoin as we come below 70K. So entry for me is $70,013 in the end with market order entry. But the reason I took the short was we literally came below 70,000, so entered at market. The fill is $70,013. This is what I would call, trading based off of a little bit of a fake out. So now I've got my entry trigger. The invalidation is also really simple in this regards. It's going to be above the high. So I'll have the alert set. And if we come up and hit the alert and trade above the high, then I take a loss on the trade. But currently $20 of profit, so nothing crazy. But still, you can see the reaction that we're getting here is lovely. Oh, look at this. Yeah, pretty big move to the downside. But that's the reason. Wow, look at this. Yeah, this is nice. So this was a little bit of a fake out above the highs. And this is a
nice move into some
nice.
A very technical level, as well as that view up from the downtrend. That is a nice level there. Also, if you're on the 4-hour chart like I am for BTC, you can see that we're testing the 50 SMA as resistance as well. So I have taken a short trade here on BTC, stop above the high.
Yeah, that's nice. On the ES and NQ, the ES and NQ still looking strong.
Yes, still moving higher. We are now taking the local high on NASDAQ at 20,288. So that was our local range value area high thus far, still longs opening. So we will see, but ES is also coming into some resistance. So that's something we have to pay attention to now and how we react up here.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I don't like on Bitcoin is like I always prefer to short Bitcoin when ES and NQ are weak. So it's obviously not the greatest that we're seeing the moves up. But to be fair, NQ right on those highs of Friday, right? This is a lovely place to reverse if it's going to. So ES would have been nicer if it was at the highs as well. But at least NQ's at those highs. So if we end in a swing failure pattern here, then it will be good.
Starting to see some shorts opening here.
A lot of longs opening up in this 30-minute candle. Would be interesting to see if we get some pushback and get some of those longs taking profit over the next period, the next 30-minute period, or if we see continuation and overall bullish momentum.
Yeah, so just for the Bitcoin traders watching, that if the ES and NQ continue upwards here, then it is very likely that Bitcoin will continue upwards too. So this is called correlation, and the ES and NQ and Bitcoin are all correlated assets. So generally what that means is if the ES and NQ continue upwards, then that really does signify in terms of correlation that Bitcoin will continue upwards too. So what we want for the perfect scenario here is actually for ES and NQ to drop, because that is going to aid Bitcoin dropping too. So
I have, by the way, taken a quick scalp short trade on NASDAQ because we had my strategy activation here at this range high. So I'm up 300, trade is protected. So let's see if we get follow through.
nice. That's what we wanted to hear.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a good sign for the short trade. Let's see if we get some follow through. It's definitely a key level as well because that's the range high. So we have 2 minutes to go for this 30-minute close, which is going to be an important one.
So also, the news is coming in just a few minutes as well, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So what
Wanna
news
see-
is this today? The sort of news of what was the news
This
again? Did you say?
One is called ISM PMI, ISM Services PMI. And essentially, this is like a report on businesses based in the US that's compiled from purchase and supply executives. The survey responses basically show new business activity, backlogs, new orders. It's a age of demand in the economy. So if the number comes out better than expected, then demand is higher than we previously thought. Or if it comes out lower, then we can tell that the economy is a little bit weaker because demand is not so strong. At least that's how I interpret it. Now, someone out there may have a better understanding of it than me. I'm not an expert at all this. I'm just a trader. But that's my understanding.
Cool, fair enough. I just noticed here on Bitcoin, by the way, so obviously we rejected right up and around the top of the anchored view up at a downtrend, and where we obviously formed that quick move back downwards for nearly $1,000, we actually, this is what's always really interesting. Obviously, we were looking at that, or mentioned that naked point of control at 69,512, and it really did not act as resistance at all on the way up, and that was because the order flow was so bullish, right? We went through the level, but actually where we rejected from at the high, we back tested that level to the dollar, the low actually being 69912.5, so 50 cent. We back tested to the dollar that naked point of control, and that's how you sometimes get a level that does not act as resistance but breaks through easily, but actually back tests as support for continuation. So this is a level that for the bears on Bitcoin we really need to see lost, otherwise it is going to be one of these like breaker levels where it doesn't act as resistance but it gets broken, and we actually backtest it as support, and it does hold as support. So yeah, I just think that is really, really interesting how to the dollar we actually got the backtest of that daily naked point of control. So yeah, when I'm like trading, I'm happy to take the loss on this trade if I lose it, but I always like to know why did I lose that trade. So if I do lose this trade and we do end up moving back above the highs, I will know why. And the simple answer would be we broke through the daily naked point of control, back tested it as support, and got continuation to the upside. And of course, with ES and NQ, if they continue upwards too, that's another major reason.
We just had the data release with another big move to the upside actually on NASDAQ. So I'm very happy that I protected my trade. This is now stopped at break even.
Yeah, NQ moving up, ES moving up again. I actually just see here on Bitcoin, on that back test of that daily naked point of control, we actually saw 26 million shorts open, by the way. So we just saw a crazy amount of shorts open, which I honestly I do not like to see. So that honestly is a little bit of a worry. Yeah, not my preferred scenario to see that really. But that's a crazy. How often do you see that? All those longs opening, taking profit towards the high, but then a massive amount of shorts just below $70,000.
Election day type stuff. This is the once in a 4 years.
Yeah, that's very rare to see that. Wow. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I'm leaning more towards continuation here on Bitcoin because, yeah, ES continuing, NQ continuing. Um, you know, obviously Bitcoin is strong overall as well. So I'm leaning towards continuate that it's going to get to continuation here, to be honest. I'm going to place a hard stop loss. I don't need to have this as a non-hard stop loss. So we're looking at 70,300. So yeah, if I lose this trade, I'll lose about $28 should I lose it. I might even make this a smaller stop loss. Doesn't really need to be that big. So just to explain this, of course, you all understand the entry was offered a fake out of 70,000. But now, when I'm trading, I generally do not like to place hard stop losses. But because I now feel that there is a good probability of continuation, I don't want to close this trade because technically it's still a good trade. But I'm a little bit on the cautious side. Thus, I will place a hard stop loss because I do feel that the highest probability would be continuation because of the ES and the NQ moving up. They're still not showing any weakness here. Just look at this, still on the 1 minute charts. Full uptrends. ES the stronger of the two. Bitcoin, yeah, seeing all those shorts open. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan when I see this. So I just want to protect my trade. Again, it will be a loss if I get stopped out, but yeah, $20 of risk here is enough that I'm willing to take. Yeah, so we'll see how it plays out. We really want to see for the more bearish scenario now, $69,512 is what I want to see lost. And if we do lose this level, I'll be very relaxed in the trade and we'll leave it for the whole day, because I think that's going to end in a nice winning trade. But while we're above 69,512, I'm playing on the cautious side, seeing those other markets. Just understand that the probability of getting stopped out is still the highest, I would say, at the moment. It was a very aggressive short trade, so we'll see how it ends. It will be interesting, I think.
Two, I did take a quick short trade here on the NASDAQ. Based off the 3 candle entry strategy. Now, I do see price trying to hang on to the 8 EMA, and that's on the 1 minute. I do have my stop above the local 1 minute high, just a couple $100 of risk, and I do see a potential for some nice mean reversion in this next 30 minutes period. That being said, I do recognize that we are in an uptrend. This is against the trend, so I do have a hard stop loss set, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Wow, this is an amazing stream. We've had some epic volatility and some very good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be extremely interesting how this plays. I see someone in the chat wrote Korean Whales counter trading Daniel.
Oh,
Who is joining this call?
oh my gosh, what do we have here?
Oh, it's our
What
friend
is up,
Mr. Eagle.
everybody?
Yo.
Oh, who is that?
Hello. Hello, everybody. How's it going?
It's a nice session.
Good stuff. I can see you guys are killing it. I am extremely busy. However, yes, I had to come in and say, everybody, come on, smash the likes.
Smash them up, guys.
Smash them up. Yeah. I mean, honestly, what a BTC long trade that was. I mean, that was from the morning update the other day. We got that nice Say hello, everybody. Smash the likes. And say hello.
Oh, thank you, man. No, it was
Okay.
pleasure. What a trade call you done there. That was amazing, mate.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was.
Yes.
Good stuff. Closed there, which was amazing. So you could have got it in the back test, and the validation is literally below the low. You want to then see this market rip to the upside. That was our box confluence. That was our plan. It went everything as expected. No dancing around. Literally, that is the move down. That is the move back up. That was explained all well in advance. I mean, this was obviously when price was still there at 69,000. We then dropped down to our key level. We were waiting 67. That's 2K away for this nice rise into our little box of support. So what an amazing call that is, you know, cooking just under $1,000 now, rightly. And we basically came in. Look at this. TPO is the absolute banger. If I delete this line, you can see this is the untested TPO value area high from the day of the Friday, the 1st of November. Look at that to the tick. This market at CME is so perfect. Yeah, don't sleep on this market. BTC always with those nice, lovely trades, and we love it. Yeah, very good, very good.
Epic, man. That was very nice.
And now we're just waiting for, you know, I would say give ourselves a few more minutes, and then we can then, you know, either move our stop, because as it stands, we are still one time framing higher. This is the 30-minute on Bybit, so you can say a lot of positive delta. I heard you saying, Daniel, earlier, you know, all of the open interest coming in, and then obviously quite a few shorts at the top there. But you know, when you see an impulsive move like this, you want to kind of like get a little bit of follow through, and you want to see if it holds, especially when quite a lot of shorts come in straight after. You know, they can quickly get offside of the market. So if price now reclaims that 70k again, they might find themselves in the wrong side of the market, and then what happens? They will have to close those trades. How do you close those short trades? Well, you have to market back in, which means that we could see that push through that 70,200 into 70,500 and beyond. So silly bulls and silly bears, silly bulls and silly bears. It's what we say. That's our motto, isn't it? They always like to buy the absolute high of the move, and they like to sell the absolute low of the move. So we love them, and you can see here straight into that untested TPO. It's just honestly incredible, this market, and how precise it can be sometimes. It's never perfect, but it can be very close to it. So yeah, that's it from my side. Just wanted to pop in, say to everybody in the chat, smash the likes, support the community. Daniel, legend as always. Severin, I mean, GOAT. Love your t-shirt there. And Scott, I mean, what a pleasure. It's lovely to work with you guys every day, streaming for the community. And now, obviously, this month of November, we're all going to be here every day, day in, day out, doing these streams for you all on YouTube for free. I mean, amazing. So yeah, come and learn with us. And I'll be here shortly as well with some trades with you all. But for now, I have to go. Thank you, and sorry for crashing your party, boys.
Crash it always, mate. Thank you ever so much. It was
Appreciate
good to hear.
And I am in. It was nice, Igor. I'm in really nice short trades. So we got my entry confirmation on ES and NASDAQ. So on NASDAQ, I'm actually gonna lock 400. On ES, I'm just gonna keep it open. Or it was 450 on NASDAQ. We just had my 5-minute new strategy entry confirmation. So 2 amazing trades. I was seeing some weakness on NASDAQ and ES here at the highs. So I've taken both trades. I'm still up 200 on ES. On that trade, I'm very happy to be stopped out at break even. But for the NASDAQ, I wanted to lock another $450. So that is a really nice trading session. So yeah, I can see Scott is in the same trade. It looks like, once again, we're using similar strategies. How can that be?
Yeah, we might be. We might be, or maybe we are just on the same wavelength today. No, I am in the short trade here on NASDAQ. I've moved my stop just above the local 5-minute high at 20,310. I am willing to let this run a little bit longer here, but that being said, if I start to see things flipping on the low time frames, if we start to take local highs on the 1 minute, I would not hesitate at all to go ahead and get out of this trade. But that being said, I think we could see a nice little mean reversion here, and hopefully that plays into the Bitcoin short idea as well. We shall see.
Starting to see a little bit of strength here on that previous month value area low retest on ES. So that's so when I find myself in two trades on correlated assets. So here, for example, ES and NASDAQ obviously moving very similar. You can just see that here we're looking at the 1-minute order flow. Price action looks almost the same, right? So what I tend to do is a lock at least one trade and take profit on one trade and let that other trade cook. Here, for example, I'm just staying in this trade. If I'm stopped out, I'm stopped out at break even, so I'm not losing any money. But at least if I get stopped out of this trade, I already locked 450 on NASDAQ. So I'm very happy with that. And that also helps. So one question that I get pretty frequently is how do I manage to stay in some of my trades for so long? And that helps me to do it because I already made profits, whatever happens next. So really, whatever happens on ES, I can just stay in the trade. If we drop another 200 ticks, for example, I wouldn't feel the urge to take profits because I already paid myself based off the same setup, basically, because these markets are so correlated. So that's one thing I like to do. And I might as well be stopped out at break even here, but also fine with that. And the champion, so our members know exactly why I've taken the trade up there. So this new strategy, I've seen so many people use it. It's paying the bills. It's really insane. So very happy with that.
Absolutely. And same here. I would have normally locked a couple hundred on this trade because price is just reversing a little bit on this short, trying to reclaim some key levels and continue the uptrend. But we've already put a few dollars in our pocket this morning, so I'm happy to give this one a little more time, to be a little more patient, to let things play out as more of a day trade type of scenario or a extended scalp type of scenario. But things are looking to go in the right direction. ES is still trying to maintain its higher lows here. Same thing with NQ. We're starting to see a little bit of, as I mentioned, a little bit of a resurgence in that buying activity. So we'll see if they can make a new high here, and if not, we're positioned well into the short trade. So we're looking
yes,
good.
and if you look at the 15-minute time frame, we have just formed a pretty nice high on the NASDAQ. So the 30-minute time frame is going to be a little bit more significant. That needs another 15-minute, but that high that we just formed here, this looks pretty nice. So I'm going to definitely monitor the close on this current 30-minute candle, because if that starts to form as a reversal candle, then we might as well get some bigger follow through. So very interesting price action here. We have to be a little bit more patient, but something I will be looking at. What we don't want to see for the short trade, obviously, is this candle to close above 20,288, because then we start to close another 30-minute candle above that range high.
Agreed.
But if not, great day trading opportunity up here.
I see Bitcoin during this moment has done another retest of the low. So you can see now here, everybody. That's crazy, amazing, strong level, to be honest. We obviously had that first initial retest after getting through the level, back testing and support. We come up and we back test 70,000 again, and we get another test. So what this can do is create something like a descending triangle potentially that we could have forming here. Over the next 10 or so minutes is this scenario, the more bearish scenario, right? The more bullish scenario is we reclaim 70,000 and then, yeah, we got to expect new highs to be made. So the bearish scenario right now is, yeah, descending triangle. We do not reclaim 70,000 and we actually breach down lower. Bullish scenario is simply going to be reclaim 70,000 and then, yeah, we look for another new high above 70,300. So you always got to be aware of both scenarios as a trader, understand where we're wrong, understand where we're right. And right now, yeah, little range, potential descending triangle, invalidation, reclaim 70,000. So yeah, kind of nice and simple there, really.
And Severin, I think you've closed your NASDAQ short trade, right?
Yes, I closed the NASDAQ trade.
Okay, well, we just closed the candle up in the 80s, and so I have placed my stop loss right at the 80, right above the 88 level. And so if we get stopped out, I'll take about a $200 win, which is fine for me because I expected this one. Yeah, it just got stopped out, so another 200 in the pocket. Didn't want to see this come all the way back to my entry because I know we're in that high time frame uptrend, or at least in the medium time frame uptrend, trying to clear some levels on this bullish momentum here. So.
Yeah, good trade management there. So let's have a look at this on the 15-minute. It still looks okay, to be honest. So we will see if that gets some follow through here. Because this is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see the screen, but we had this 15-minute reversal just on the retest, also the retest of the daily point of control. So there is still an argument for another pullback here. And I was just seeing one comment in the chat of Woodchopper, so shout out to Woodchopper. He's already locked in a take profit one on that trade as well. So nice trading. That's very beautiful.
Nice job, Woodchopper. Severin, do you mind answering a question from Mr. Rekimov?
No, let's do it.
Could you please explain your risk management strategy and what's your opinion on risking position sizing?
So, yeah, my risk management strategy, or the strategy I was talking about, I don't want to confuse you. That is not my risk management strategy. So I have my entry strategy, and part of this entry strategy is a risk management strategy. So for me, it's always I'm not risking more than 1% of my portfolio. This is something I practice on futures as well as on crypto. I just, yeah. That is where I feel the best. I'm always having a set stop loss level, so I never take a trade without having a stop loss. Okay, so I have something preset. My stop loss is always going to be around 50 ticks on NASDAQ. Sometimes I move and adjust it. But yeah, the risk management strategy in a whole is actually a lot more complex because I have rules for when I move my stop loss. I have rules on when to let a trade run. I also have a rule on the first trades I'm taking, that for the first trades of the day, I'm always locking profits, trying to add up some smaller profits before I'm a little bit more conservative and holding on to my trades for a little bit longer. I also have a loss limit that, for example, when I lose 30 trades in a row, I am taking a break because that goes to show that something is off. I'm not in sync with the markets and I should step away, take a break and come back later. So this is also something I like to do.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. Question for you, Daniel, and you maybe have already mentioned this, but maybe we can just review it quickly. So Jank is asking, for your short, Daniel, what are your targets if we get price follow through to the downside?
Yes. So if we actually do start to break down here on Bitcoin below 69,500, there's a few levels that I would like class as interesting for me. So number one is of course going to be the actual what I'd class as the smaller little mini range over the past well since the start of the month point of control. So we did reject. So we did have like more confluence. Like when we come up to the highs around 70,000, we also had that range value area high. So for me will be important a point of control, and that's where I'd like to take like a major take profit on this trade, and then I'd let the rest of the trade run. So what I mean by that is best case scenario, we come down and we hit this level, and then I understand we'll either do one of two things: get the reversal. So if we hit this level, of course, I'll take profits and might move my stop loss down a little bit, probably to just above 70,000. I don't need it so close to the high if we're trading at 69k. And I'll do one of two things. Well, definitely hit a take profit, but then what I will most likely do is just let the rest of that trade run. What I mean by that is let it run to value area low or lower sort of thing. So I'll just have a stop loss, which is where's the tab? This stop loss I will adjust and move down with price action. So what that does is guarantees me profit. So that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, the next major what the major take profit that I would like is just above 69,000, so around 69,200-ish range point of control. And then I'll let the rest of the trade run. I'm not necessarily expecting a full-blown reversal here. But for the day trade, there's nothing more else that I can want. And we're actually breaking down here below 69,500, so this is lovely.
Yeah, very nicely so far.
Yeah, so what
It's tough to capture BTC entries on stream, right? Because they just happen unexpectedly. You don't know when it's not going to be necessarily during the New York Open, and so sometimes the BTC trades can even take a lot longer to play out, too. So it's tough to cover those, but I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's hard with like swapping around all the screens and everything. But like, I'm going to lock in 10% profit here. Sometimes I do this with a limit order, and blimey limit order don't get. I'm trying to lock in 10% profit. I shouldn't. Sometimes I do this. I get a little bit like, oh, I want to do a limit order, not market order. But I forget that I'm trading this. But nevertheless, it's just like, yeah, I'm going to lock in 10% because we come down to that low. We took out that low. But the low I'm on about is that 1 minute low. So we took out this 1 minute low. I'm just going to try and take 10% profit. What I done here is I put, there we go, filled, nice. So I just took 10% there. So that's what I just call like a nice little barrier. It, again, with these position sizes I'm trading, it's really not even important. But if you're trading proper position sizes, then that 10% take profit is going to, first of all, it will be a nice little profit. But what you can also then do is understand if the stop loss gets hit, you're really like minimizing the risk. You would still take with this position a little bit of a loss, but of course with a 10% take profit at a significant level for a 1 minute chart, it just gives you a nice little barrier. Should we then reverse off of this, like this would then be a fake out of a descending triangle. So just like we faked above $70,000, right? This is the fake out of 70,000. If we do actually end up reversing here, it's like a fake out of the descending triangle to the low and then reversal. So I just like to take not a major take profit, but 10% is just a nice little take profit for, well, if we reverse off of a fake out of the lows there. So that's just one thing I like to do. Again, with these position sizes, it's really not even nothing to really care about. But you know, when you're trading bigger sizes, I think is more important. Because also just a little bit of a thing, like let's just say, for example, you're trading a bigger position size, like 10% is still going to be a significant amount. And when you are trading big sizes, you want to be aware of things like slippage. So the smaller your position size on that stop loss, the better it is. So taking 10% off of a big trade is going to help, 10% better when it comes to slippage. So these are just little tips that I would give. But yeah, small first take profit hit, but looking for that range point of control as a big take profit. And I think that was the question, right, that I was answering there, of where I'm looking for the take profit.
Yeah, exactly. That was it. Just what levels are you looking at? I think you very much explained your methodologies there, and at great trade management as well. And like one thing I love about Daniel is that he's always able to cover his costs for that trade. So covering the fees based on that first take profit. And you're pretty aggressive about that first take profit too. You're not necessarily picky about it. You don't wait for the level to hit. You just observe the chart and take profits wherever you think is the right place. So I think that's good trade intuition and great trade management.
Cheers, man. Yeah, thank you. This has been an excellent stream, to be honest. We've all took wins. You guys have taken some big wins. We've had some amazing volatility. I think we couldn't have asked for anything more in this stream, to be honest.
No, absolutely not. And what I can share real quick is actually how the altcoin trades are performing. So I was doing the altcoin stream last Thursday. Obviously, it's always on Thursday. And I was looking at Link. We had this Link bounce. This was now already a bounce of 7%. Amazing. We also had this Sui trade. So this was more of an intraday trade, also got to entry, bounce of 14, almost 15%, take profit 1, value area high, obviously. Also an amazing trade we can see calling the absolute lows here on Sui and Link. So very happy about that. Nice to see this volatility, and Bitcoin looking good, nice. We have this setup, this anchored view up is so nice. But yeah, that's the altcoins. So I'm very interested to see this close now on NASDAQ. So 2 minutes to go for this 30-minute candle close. In my opinion, this is going to be very dependent on what we're doing up here. That was a beautiful high formation thus far. If we're closing below 288, we might see follow through. So yeah, I'm ready for that. Would be very happy to see a drop.
Yeah, no.
Saw some of our members taking wins today. Muff, it says he's done for the day, and he had one of his best days. So we appreciate you being here, Muff. It's great to see you, my friend, and well done today.
Nice one.
Ooh, Arginus as well, our good friend. He just closed his short on gold for 130 pips in profit. Happy election day, trading with the champs. Hey, happy election day to you too, my friend. Well done.
Nice. Yeah, look at this.
I think that's going to be a nice 30-minute close for a little bit of a bigger pullback. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Some sellers coming in here on the stocks, yes, and NQ as well.
We are coming into the NY VWAP soon, so I'm debating what I'm going to do here, because the champions know this, but I have this dedicated account for day trades, and I just had that activated here. So I'm still in this trade. Hope you can see it. Up 1,000. I'm gonna protect myself now and probably take a take profit below price, because it's a nice intraday support down there. So let's see. The 30-minute close was like I wanted to see. All right, that's a nice 30-minute reversal candle. So let's see. It's very important to not get too much of a move to the upside first. We want to see some quick follow through to the downside. What are the stocks doing? Stocks also pulling back. That's nice for this trade. So let's see if we can hit that TP1. Gonna put that above this small node here.
So Severin, you are short on NQ. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, excellent. And we've got Daniel short on BTC from 70K, and myself short on BTC from the 69,900 level. So let's see. Hey, at Capricorn is short too from 69,900. Love it. Some trades here.
We got some epic trade there, to be honest. That was lovely. I'm just putting a hard take I just quickly, put a hard take profit 69,200 for another 0.03. So I've then locked out 40% of this trade.
Very nice. I also managed this trade ever so slightly because there's something I don't like to see on the 1 minute here with the reclaim of the 50 SMA. So for me, I have taken one contract off. So I'm just letting this last contract run because I still have enough room. What I expect is if I get stopped out of this trade at break even, we might as well make a new high. So I'm pretty safe with this entry up here, just keeping that open. And whatever happens next, I at least locked one. So let's see if we can take the lows, because we had some nice 30-minute price action here. Looks like a decent swing high that could be formed here, but for that we obviously need to take the lows in the current forming 30-minute candle. Let's see if we get it, because stocks start to push a little bit again. And I have also hit my daily profit goal, so I can now be very conservative and just stay in the trade to get some nice risk to rewards. Or, I'm not forcing any more trades, to be honest with you. So for now, since my profit target is hit, I am only focusing on the best trades. And this for me was a max opportunity trade up here. So this formation, and we see that here, so very beautiful. The champions know what I'm talking about. This 30-minute formation here is something that I teach or taught very recently, and it's looking good. 30-minute high, very beautiful on NASDAQ. Now, only one contract you can just see. So that is the beauty of trading futures. One contract for 800 profit. So very nice.
They really stack up as well, especially if you're like you are holding it for a bit longer. Those ticks really add up, and they start to multiply out across the P&L, and it looks really, really good if you're able to hold those trades for longer.
Yes, I agree.
Nice.
So we are now into the NY VWAP. So NY VWAP is considered to be low time frame support. So let's see if we can lose it. That would be great for my short trade. But typically what we see is at least a little bit of a bounce here. And that's what we're doing. ES with a little bit of a stronger 30-minute close. I'm now going to analyze if it makes sense for me to trail my stop loss above this previous high. Because if we take this high, that would be considered a low time frame sign of strength. So I'm quickly going to check the stocks. Stocks fairly neutral. So this would lock 300 if I trailed my stop loss down to here. But since my target is hit, I'm not gonna do that. I'm staying in this trade and accept to lose unrealized profits on this. If it was my first, second, or third trade of the day, I would be more aggressive on taking profits.
Nice. Oh, excellent. Just a quick reminder for everybody that this is obviously the live trading streams that we actually have several times a week. So we have Tuesday, Thursday, Friday live trading streams at Chart Champions, and just for the month of November, these are special streams that we're bringing to everybody here on YouTube. So just if you want to be watching these every single week, and as you can see, the profits are here, and this is always been the case and always will be the case here at Chart Champions. So if you want these for the long term, and of course Chart Champions membership is where you'll be getting these every day, 3 times a week, and then sometimes 4 on a Wednesday. One time of the month we have a roundtable, so 3 times a month you have live trading as well on a Wednesday. And of course, on top of this, you also have daily morning live stream updates. You have the community as a whole, and you have the whole educational library as well. So we actually teach everything that we're talking about here. So it's like the best of all worlds. You got the live trading streams where we make profits. You got the Discord section where you can talk to the community and follow our trading updates within the Discord. So like you were seeing earlier, for example, from Igor's screen, he was showing his post in the Discord, and myself and Severin do the same there. The daily morning updates, we got AMA streams every week as well. So yeah, we got an action-packed place. If you are into trading, this truly is the home of trading, where we got the biggest and best traders in the world, and that is official. Yeah, chartchampions.com. These are our weekly live trading streams. I'm gonna have to make a run in like 5 minutes, so I don't know if there's any like final questions or anything that people might want to ask, but then yeah, I'm gonna have to start to wrap this up.
Sounds good. I do see a few questions and we can run through those, but just really quickly while we're on that topic, I wanted to let you all know that we are having our monthly roundtable, coaches roundtable tomorrow in the afternoon. Not 100% sure on the time yet, but we'll let you know. And that is going to be a roundtable focusing on order flow and going through each of the coaches' favorite order flow templates and how they're reading those to execute on high probability trading setups. So I think if you're interested in order flow and you want to learn more, we'll be live on YouTube tomorrow afternoon for that. Should be around 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're outside of the US, sorry, I can't do those time conversions in my head, but you can ask Google. I just wanted to mention that really quickly, and then we can jump into some questions.
Nice, thank you.
Sounds very good.
Hey, excellent. I think a bunch of people have asked about ETH, and it's looking like maybe ETH is not having so much strength at the moment. Are you got either of you, Severin or Daniel? Are you looking at ETH? Are you trading this market at all? Do you mind taking a quick look?
I can give a quick perspective on ETH if you want. So let me go over to my right screen. That's that, and let's go to ETH over here. So we had this long trade on ETH that played out perfectly, because if we look at this on the 4-hour or even daily time frame, we can see a nice trend line here. It's been respected once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So that was the long trade that I gave in a altcoin stream as well. This one is now, yeah, this already played out. So what we are seeing locally, and that's not even adding a lot of tools here, is that we might see a potential backtest of this trend line. I'm not a trend line trader, okay, but it's something to be aware of. So for me personally, there's no long trade to be had down here, and I'm waiting for a sign of strength on Ethereum. So thus far, we're still holding the value area low, but for me, honestly, I want to see some market structure changes to say that ETH is looking a little bit stronger. So right now, not interested in a long trade, and I would actually prefer to see some more lows being taken, such as these down here into the 2,300 weekly naked point of control, because that is where we have some decent confluence on the 7.5 here as well. So that is my next target. Unless I see strength, right? If I see strength, I can react to the market as well. But here, for me, I prefer to stay out because I've already taken the trade down here. That one played out, and I don't like to take 2 trades at the exact same price levels. All right, so I want to see a little bit of a bigger move first.
Thank you so much. Question for you, Mr. Daniel, before we have to go. This is a question from Trading Account. Daniel, I see that you take a small profit. Would you consider adding 10% later if the trade goes in your favor?
If I didn't have trades running on other accounts, then yes. But I also have a trade from last week when we hit the similar trade setup today actually, but we hit the anchored VWAP at a downtrend last week. So I already have a trade on another account short running. So I'm not going to add any more today personally. And I don't really think you have another good opportunity of compounding. Like the short was simply a rejection off of 70K. Like now, if you are shorting, you're shorting a second test at 70K. It's not as good as of a trade in my opinion. So I wouldn't compound simply because of the way that my trades are already lined up anyway. But even if we're just thinking I have no trades at all right now, I still wouldn't take another short on Bitcoin because it's not as good anymore, because the level that we were trading from this morning or the afternoon, like we've been lining up for that trade all day, the trade that we've been lining up was off of the rejection candle and the tap of the level. Now we've already done that, we've got a trade and we've won that trade. it's like I personally wouldn't short again that level because yeah, the level's already been tapped. It's already given the trade. So two reasons, I suppose. But for me, yeah, not compounds. And obviously, I hit that small take profit, but I also hit my second take profit. So I've actually closed out 40% of the long. So now, yeah, there's nothing else for me in terms of another short now.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, well managed, and thank you for that insight. Daniel, let me know if you're good on time, or we can maybe do a couple more questions. Up to you.
Yeah, for me today, it's going to work best to wrap it up really now. But next time we do the stream, we can go on a little bit longer. But for yeah, today I'm going to need to run.
It's good. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. And I just want to mention the next live stream on YouTube, and that is going to be on Thursday. This is where Scott and myself will go live for some live trading and whatever asset is going to provide some opportunities, mainly ES and NASDAQ, but also if we hit an altcoin alert, I will also share my perspective on that. But that's going to be on Wednesday.
Yes, nice. Yeah, so yeah, we got the round table, then another live training, then on Friday another live training. So YouTube, you're going to be absolutely spoiled with lots of live trading. I think, yeah, what you've seen today is honestly the norm. Like the profits flow in these streams, and it's wonderful to be on the streamer for us, and it's amazing. I think even better for the guys like watching this stream that can follow along and see how it's actually done. And I mean, the win rate has been. I think none of us have lost a trade on this stream, right?
Nope,
It's
for
been
me, 100% win rate on the stream.
there you go. All
Same here. I
winners.
took a stop in profit, but hey, I'll take some profits any day.
Yeah, so exactly. A win's a win. So stopping profit's still absolutely a win. So yeah, what a stream. I mean, as I said earlier, we couldn't have asked for anything better. We had the volatility because sometimes this is the problem, especially like for me as a trader. Like I can go on a stream, but I know if my level's not going to be hit, I'm not going to get a trade. But even today, we had that level hit. Perfect. I am very, very happy with how this stream went. So yeah, thank you, Scott and Severin, and also Igor for popping in, and thank you everybody for watching these streams. It's been a joy. I will just say, if you can all smash that like before you go, hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm, and of course, share it out with your friends and family. There's a lot of people in this space that can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk when it comes to trading. So we can educate you, and we can also make the profits in front of you. So that's why you want to be here at Chart Champions, and it is as simple as that. So I thank you ever so much, and yeah, we will see you all again tomorrow on a live stream. So cheers, everybody. Thank you, and goodbye.
All right, see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you all. Appreciate you. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers.